what you're doing.
And then it cuts to Kobe with the kid.
Is your microphone?
Mm-hmm.
Good morning, folks.
Let's see what we cook.
How's everyone today?
Good.
So glad to hear it. We just have some folks still joining in, so we'll give it a second.
Okay. Should
Good morning to the folks that just joined in. We're just waiting for a couple more folks to hop in, and then we'll get started.
see that. No, I guess it's not going to be intense.
Just give it 2 more minutes, and then we'll get started. All right. Good morning, folks. Hope everyone is doing well. Happy Tuesday. We are 9 days away from Christmas, so I hope everyone is feeling the Christmas holiday joy. Yesterday was my birthday, so I am personally feeling all of the great things. But I wanted to welcome you all to today's training, which is our Living Our Cause for Frontline Leaders workshop. Thank you for the birthday wishes. Appreciate it. So I am going to share my screen and we will get started. We'll have some opportunities for introductions. This course today is going to be about an hour long. I know I put it on the calendar for an hour and 30. Depending on discussion and how much everyone participates, we might need all of that time, some of that time, but I wanted to just make sure we had enough blocked off for what we potentially needed for today. All right, so my name is Eddie Norgard, and I am a district executive director with the YMCA of Metro Fort Worth in Fort Worth, Texas. And I've been with the Y movement now for about 10 years in a variety of different roles, starting as a part-time after-school counselor and rising all the way up into the role that I am in today. So I'm looking forward to working with all of you. And I'm thinking maybe we could just do some popcorn introductions. So how that works is after you introduce yourself, just give your name, your YMCA association, your title, and maybe how long you've been with the Y, and then just pick the next person. So I'm just going to pass it to the next person on my screen, which is David. So David, if you want to introduce yourself and then popcorn it to somebody else when you're done.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody. My name's David Godsey. I work at the Bristol YMCA. I'm the aquatics director. I've been at the Y since 2009. I don't know how many years that is, but part-time role, kind of like you, and now full-time. So yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you. So I pop it to whoever next. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go with Mr. Christopher Davis.
Hi, everybody. I work at Delaware YMCA. I do MOD. I also do Y Club as well. I've been working with the Y for almost 2 years now. And then, am I supposed to just, did I answer everything?
Yeah, you're good. You can just popcorn it to somebody else.
I'll pass it to Tracy.
All right, Stacy, right? Is there a Tracy? I don't think there's a Tracy. So I'm Stacy Bauman. I am at the Franklin County's YMCA in Greenfield, Western Massachusetts. Oh, actually, there might have been a Tracy. Is there a Tracy on the other page that I did not
There
see?
is. I wasn't
Oh, I'm
unmuting.
sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
Keep going.
I'm gonna pass it to you though when I'm done. I only had one page up. I'm not used to Teams. Okay. Western Mass, and I'm the director of membership, and I coordinate all of our chronic disease and prevention programs. And I've been here for a little over 20 years. And I am gonna popcorn it to Tracy.
Hi, I'm Tracy Leone. I'm at the Fanwood Scotch Plains YMCA in New Jersey, and I am coming up on my 1 year anniversary with the Y. I am the executive assistant for the CEO as well as the fund development administrator. And I'm gonna pop it over to my friend Katie Hour.
Hi, Katie Hour here, also with the Fanwood Scotch Plains YMCA in New Jersey. Collectively as a whole, I've been with the Y movement for probably like 12 years on and off. I had a 10-year stint when I was young as a part-timer, and coming up on my 1 year here at Fanwood. And I am the marketing and communications manager. I'm going to keep it in the family, and I'm going to popcorn it to Kelly.
Hi, I'm Kelly Ulrich, also with the Fanwood Scotch Plains YMCA. I am the HR administrator here, and I've been here probably about 4 years now. All right, and I'll popcorn to Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I'm with the YMCA of Montclair in New Jersey. I've been with the Y for about 11 years now, part-time, and now I am a assistant director over at our child care facility. Yeah, I'm gonna pop it over to Liam.
There's two of us. I'll go. Might as well. Hi, I'm Liam. I'm with the Burroughs YMCA. I've been here for a little over a year now. I am one of the aquatics directors here. And keep it in the family as well. I'll pop it over to Ray. or she's not here anymore. I'm not sure what happened. We'll just go to a name brother over here, the other Liam.
So I'm Liam. I'm from the Prisma Health Family YMCA in Simpsonville. I'm the assistant aquatics director. And I've been working for the Y for a little over 2 years now. I'm gonna popcorn over to Anthony.
Everybody, my name is Anthony. I'm here at the Central Texas YMCA in the great state of Texas. I work here at Camp Twin Lakes. I'm the multi-department director, so I help out with our overnight groups and retreats and day camp. And I've been with the Y for 5 years. I'm gonna pop it over to Vanessa.
Hello. I work at the Nazareth YMCA in Nazareth, PA. I've been here since 2022, and I'm Associate Director of Operations at Herbert. And let's see who's left. I'm not sure who's next. Who didn't go? Whoever wants to go next, I guess.
I can go. I am Haley. I'm in the Foothills Area YMCA, which is in Seneca, South Carolina. I have been here for around 3 months, and I am the HR coordinator. It's been a great journey. I love the Y so far. I'm kind of one of the newest, it seems like, so it's been a wonderful journey. And then I think, is it Hallie? Did you go?
I'm also Haley, just spelled
Okay, I was worried
differently.
that you were, but I wanted to make sure. Okay.
So I'm Haley. I work for the YMCA of Central Ohio, the Gahanna location. I'm the aquatics director here. I worked for the YCO for about 7 years now. Let's see. Who is left?
I think Edie
Edie?
hasn't gone, Aisha hasn't gone, Ray hasn't
Okay.
gone.
We'll go to Edie.
And I am still learning Teams too, so I was on mute a little longer than anticipated. Edie Young, I am celebrating 10 years with the YMCA of Avery County tomorrow, actually. I am the Association Director of Human Resources. We just opened our second branch in July of this past year, and really excited to be a part. And popcorning over to Aisha, please.
Nope, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now we can.
Yay! Okay, I'm Dr. Williamson. I'm at the YMCA of Southampton Roads. I'm Senior Executive Director. I've been here for a year and a half, and I oversee 2 centers here.
Awesome. And I think, Ray, are you maybe the last one? I think. Yeah, Ray, I think you're the last one.
She shot me a text. I think her audio settings are broken in the moment, so she's just trying to get those up and working.
Okay, no worries. Ray, whenever you get your audio working, just let us know and we will be able to pause and listen to your introduction. But for the meantime, we will get started. So again, welcome everyone to our Living Our Cause for Frontline Leaders training here. This is a really great training because I think regardless of when you started with the Y or how long you've been with the Y, it's always really great to reconnect back to our mission and our cause and what really drives us every single day, and what we do and why we do it. If you've been here for a while, like some of you, you'll have a lot to contribute in terms of mission moments and stories of things that have created impact within your career. And then for those of you who might be a little bit newer, this to just reaffirm why you're here and why it's important to do what we do. So I will go ahead and share my screen so you can see our PowerPoint. And if I could just have either a visual or an auditory confirmation that you can see that.
Yep,
Okay,
we can
looks
see
good.
it.
Thank you. Again, some thumbs up. Appreciate it. All right, great. Okay, cool. All right, so this workshop has really been designed for those who are on the front lines of the YMCA, which arguably I think is pretty much everybody. I don't know if there's anybody who is not on the front lines of the Y. I think regardless of whether you're in the association office or if you're in a branch or you're at a camp, everyone is interacting with folks and representing the Y. But for those of you who are serving members and program participants every single day, those of you who are the face of our brand, this workshop is equally as important for everyone. It really focuses on what matters, which is the heart and minds of our staff, because you are why the Y is able to impact communities every day across our nation. So today's workshop is going to introduce us to the Y's cause. We're going to share the importance of storytelling and defining who we are to the community and representing our brand appropriately. If you've already taken the Introduction to the Y's Cause and Culture e-learning, this is just going to kind of expand on that and what the Y is all about and the work that we do every single day. So the first thing that we're going to do is a fun little activity, which I'm going to split us up into breakout rooms for. And so essentially what we're going to do is if you want to go old school and grab a pen and paper, or if you want to pull up a Word document, as soon as I split you out into breakout rooms, you are going to have exactly 2 minutes to write down as many competitors of the YMCA that you can think of as a small group. So just any competitor, anyone you think that is competing with the YMCA. And then when we come back, we are going to learn a little bit more about the Y before we dive into our competitor list and see what you all came up with. So as I set this up, you'll have a little bit of time to start thinking in your head. So, all right. I'm gonna open up those rooms now. You should see a little notification come up for you to join the room. So you can go ahead and hop on in.
I'm not getting invited. I don't see where my.
It's actually very cool. I have one.
Eddie, I don't see, I'm not getting a,
Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me see if I can force you into a different room. I might be able to do that.
It'll run a lamp and a fridge or something like that. Which is a more affordable way of doing it. I mean, yes, you should turn the fan, I don't know about the generator, but obviously it's.
I made a quick list.
Okay. Yeah, super weird. Let me see. It's showing that you're assigned. Do you see a button at the top that says breakout rooms?
No.
No, or just rooms?
Now I have chat, Q&A, people raise, react, view, notes. It's just, I see it's just you and me that's in this room.
Yeah. Huh.
Well, I mean, if it's only for 2 minutes, I feel like at this point I should just
Yeah.
be with you.
That's okay. Yeah. So when we go to share, I'll just make sure that you have an opportunity to share as well. I'm sorry about
Okay.
that. I don't know
No,
what
that's
happened.
fine.
I'm gonna bring everyone back in anyway right now. So.
Sorry.
You're good.
Back.
All right, welcome back. I hope everyone was able to create their lists. We are going to table those lists for a second. Keep them handy because we are going to need them. And just remember which group you were in. But we are going to learn a little bit more about the YMCA first and what it's all about before we dive in and figure out who our real competitors are. So I just want to share a couple of fun facts with you that you may or may not know about the Y. So the YMCA is a global organization. We serve approximately 45 million people in 119 countries. So if you look at this map here, all of the countries that are highlighted in orange are countries that the YMCA exists in, and the ones that are highlighted in gray are the ones that we are not in yet, but we may be at some point. And the Y looks completely different depending on the country that you're in. In the United States, our model is typically that swim and gym type model, or childcare, or sports, or things like that. We have kind of these fitness facilities that exist. But if you look at some of the other YMCAs in other countries, they may focus on other things. For example, the YMCA of Europe right now, specifically over on the Ukrainian side, is doing a lot of work to provide camping opportunities, overnight camping opportunities to children year round. And it's really been a great opportunity to provide kids a sense of normalcy in the wake of, the tragic war that's been ongoing in Ukraine. But they don't have these like fitness facilities that we have here in the United States. And so their model is just a little bit different. But what really perseveres and continues to shine through the YMCA, regardless of the setting, is that we are here for community, and whatever the community needs is how we tailor our operations. So the YMCA has 800 different associations across the United States, which equals 2,600 branches, which impacts 10,000 different communities. There are 250,000 staff, 600,000 volunteers, 9 million youth impacted, and 22 million members total in the US. And so the Y's cause, as we know, is to really strengthen community through youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. So throughout all of those different facets of impact, that is what we do, regardless of the different subsections or groups. And so I love this graphic because it just shows the impact kind of on that visual scale of how big we really get. So for more than 170 years, the Y has helped immigrants across the integration support needed to thrive. And so that really is another amazing thing that we've done from the very beginning. When the Y moved over from England and came over to the United States, we've been helping newcomer populations really integrate into our society and help them really get the resources that they need. And so that's another amazing thing that the Y does. In 2017, the YMCA year-round food program distributed 22 million meals. And that honestly has just increased. This statistic is much higher now post-COVID. Food distribution has been something that the Y has really bolstered up and done more of post-COVID. And many of you, if you've worked through COVID, may have been involved in projects like that. If you didn't know, and hopefully you do, but if you didn't, the Y is a charity. We are a nonprofit, and we raise funds to ensure that we reach more kids and families in need of life-changing programs and services. And so we wouldn't be able to do what we do without the generosity of our donors and those that help contribute to our mission. We do have a focus on reach and affordability, and you may have heard the phrase, "We never turn anyone away due to the inability to pay." And so we rely on our funders, our donors, grants, etc., to be able to make these programs accessible for all. So I'd love if we could come off of mute and we'll just have a few people share and give some examples of things that your local YMCA association does to benefit community. It could be something as simple as a wellness program. Perhaps you're doing an intro to weightlifting, and that's great. Or it could be something really big like food distribution. I'd love for you to just come off of mute and share. We'd love to hear from you.
I can go. This is Aisha. One of the things that is really big at one of my centers is we have a food pantry. The third, the third Saturday of the month. We're like a food desert here as well. We have one grocery store in our entire city, which is a little crazy. We have a Walmart too, but walking distance, we don't have any of that. So our food pantry, we serve typically hundreds of families each month, and we are the sole providers of this food. We work with the food bank as well, and then we receive a large sum from our local casino that opened here about a year and a half ago, and they're really great donators to our food bank as well. So that's one of the partnerships we have with our community, and something that they depend on. And we wish we could find more funding in 2026 so that we could do it even more often than just once a month.
Fantastic. Thanks for sharing. Anyone else have a program or service that you'd like to share from your Y?
I would love to go next.
Sure.
We are in rural Western North Carolina. Not a lot of services in this area that our local counties and municipalities can offer. So we actually partner with the school system. We have got 14 different after-school sites across 3 different counties where we are working in an intense tutoring program. We also provide, of course, summer camp. We also pivoted to provide Helene camp. Our students were out of school for 6 weeks after Hurricane Helene last year due to no power, no internet, no water services. Of course, we do a lot of food delivery. We actually have a medication delivery program for seniors who are aging in place as part of our community outreach programs. We share a campus at our original branch with our local hospital. Our hospital services 3 counties, and so we do a lot of disease prevention in line with the hospital. And local physical therapists actually use our facility to be able to offer therapy to their patients. So again, because of lack of funding in our counties and local cities, our Y is in a really unique position to serve outside of the typical gym and swim.
Those are fantastic examples. Thank you, and great work. I'll take one more individual to share.
We're not gonna be 36. We're doing just like a food chain.
I'll go ahead. So at Delaware YMCA in Ohio, they actually have, we run annually a youth triathlon, getting the kids involved with, healthy living. And so they actually have the kids actually do swimming, bike riding, and actually a run to finish off the triathlon. So it really gets the kids involved, and then, parents are always there cheering on the kids and stuff. So
Fantastic. I love it. All right. So after hearing some of these amazing programs and things that are happening across the Y movement and reflecting back on the list that we created in our breakout rooms, I'm going to throw you back into those rooms, and I'd like you to take a look at those competitors again. If you could circle the ones that you feel are true competitors to the Y. So just keep in mind all the things we talked about, all the impact that the Y has, circle the ones that are true competitors, and cross up the ones that maybe just are not on the same playing field that we're on. So I'll give you 2 minutes to do that. I'll open up the rooms again, and then we'll come back. And if you could just assign one person per room to be able to share out, that would be great. And just to give you perspective, I'm going to tell you which room number you're in so that you know when I call out your room number to present who that room is. So room one, Stacy, you're at the top of the list in room one. So Stacy's group is room one. Room two is both Liams are in room two. That's coincidental. That's funny. So room two is the room with the Liams in it. Room three is the room with Vanessa in it. And room four is the room with David in it. So when I ask for your room to present, those will be the rooms. So I'll go and open those up again. We'll give you a couple minutes to identify who our true competitors are and cross out anybody who is not a real competitor. Tracy, did it try to throw you in a room this time or no? No, so
Yeah,
weird.
I have my list.
Yeah, do you
I'm
want
sure
we can go
the
through it
good thing
together.
is I have two colleagues that have been put in, so I have no problem circling back with them post this to see.
Sure. Yeah.
Where
We
we
could
are.
also go through your list too if you wanted to kind of give me your thoughts. Like, what were some of the competitors you wrote down? And
So, I
after,
mean, yeah, it might be just more of where we are, but some of the childcare centers that we have around here, we're also across the street from the JCC that has a big, like the day camp is huge around here.
uh-huh.
As well as like the swim lessons and the gym. Our Y is a standalone Y, so there's only, our service area. We're in this one building.
Sure.
And then the other fitness areas. So like we have a Lifetime Fitness that's, a few towns over, and RWJ, which is like the local hospital brand, has their fitness area. We used to be the sole provider of the aftercare in the school district, but there was a split from that. We'd like to get back into the school district, so the competitor is a for-profit business that's inside the schools, but we still have kids that get bused specifically because their parents want them at the Y.
Sure.
So that's a big competitor. We'd like to get back into the school district.
All right.
Yeah. I imagine there'll be some duplication with some of the other folks on the call. So
For sure. So after hearing kind of all the facts about the why and just knowing what the impact looks like, do you feel like that list is still a good list of competitors? Do you think there's anybody that just is not on the same playing field?
I feel like the big competition is those areas, right? So like the childcare camps, the fitness facilities, and the swimming. I feel like those are the big areas that we have our competitors. Yeah, and I think it comes down to also like, do people want like the community feel? Like we definitely have multi-generational that we service. I love when I walk in through the building because you have the active adults that are there for their fitness, and then you have the kids getting dropped off for childcare. So I feel like those places that I list are still pretty much our competitors.
Sure. Great.
And I
appreciate it.
love that international information that you've pointed out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna print that, especially
Yeah, for
like
sure.
and helping the immigrant community. Like I do a lot of the financial assistance applications. So I definitely know the populations that we serve. It's a very diverse population, but just even hearing that information of how long we've been, helping those populations
hmm Yeah, the why
on
it's so
on a national scale is kind of cool.
yeah, it's so fascinating to kind of hear all of the different things that are done internationally.
Yeah.
I have some folks that are involved in, international global relations with other YMCA's, and the work is just incredible. It's so great how the Y continues to just like show up for community wherever that is and what
Yeah.
that looks like.
Yeah,
we're
the information about what they're doing in the Ukraine, like that. Of
Mhm.
course, like that's what they're focused on. They're not focusing on the fitness right now.
right. Yeah.
Maybe one day, but right now, no.
Yes.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. There's some really awesome stories out there of different things that are being done in different YMCA's, and even throughout like wartime. Like I think there's going to be a slide somewhere in here about um, just like how during wartime the US YMCA's really showed up differently too, and what that looked like. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
And the part about like the nonprofit piece of it, that's something I think in our community we're really trying to. We just went through our strategic planning, so that's an area we really want to build up recognition in our community, because like if you look at the donors that we have, it's such a small percentage that are actual members. So we really want to increase recognition amongst our membership that we are a nonprofit.
Yep.
And how we are helping those who are in need and contributing to the community and all that. So
Yeah.
I'm curious if that's something that otherwise also find that they have to keep bringing that back to their membership, that we are a nonprofit.
I think that's a universal
Yeah.
thing. Yep. All right, I'm gonna bring the folks back.
ICC.
All right, welcome back. Got some folks trickling back in. All right. I think we're just waiting for a couple more people to pop back in. Okay, great. All right, so hopefully that was a fun conversation to have after we learned some new facts about the Y and what our impact is. So let's go ahead and share some of our insights. So why don't we start with room 3? I'm going to go out of order and shake it up. So those of you who were in room 3, hopefully you identified a speaker.
Katie, I think that's you.
I thought we were room 2 with the Liams.
Yes, the Liams were room 2.
Never mind. I don't listen, so ignore me.
I thought that one of my teammates was going to go, but it looks like she may be having some technical difficulties. So with our original list, of course, we had come up with six or eight different organizations that could potentially be competitors, but after discussing it a little bit more, hearing a little bit more about what different Ys have to offer, we came up with potentially boys and girls clubs, or maybe Jewish community centers, because they do have such a broad array of services that they offer. But even those, we weren't even sure if they have the same global impact as the Y.
Thank you. Great insights. All right, let's go to room 2, which is the room with the Liams.
We agreed with Edie. We also had boys and girls clubs and JCCs as our number one competitors. Liam Stone actually mentioned they're very close, and one of their close competitors where he is at is a Salvation Army. They offer a lot of outreach and programming for the community as well. So we had that on our list. And then our other Liam mentioned that the Goldfish swim schools and all those other swim schools were really big competitors for them because their aquatics programming was a lot larger, and they have multiple directors, and they're constantly talking about within their organization how to compete with those swim schools. So we added that to our list as well. But again, agreeing they don't have the global reach that we do.
Awesome. Great. Thank you. All right, let's go to room 1.
Okay, so same here. We kind of looked at it and determined that there's really no one size fits all as a competitor for all of us, and all wise. No one really has that same reach, has multiple departments and parts of the community they serve. I think we all feel sometimes we agree that there's certain brands or certain things that might compete in a like one department kind of situation or one revenue stream. But again, like not on that whole broad, the closest being again, Boys and Girls Clubs, the JCCs, that kind of thing. But you might experience like a park and rec program, kind of competing with childcare. You might experience another gym facility like Crunch. Aisha mentioned that with your fitness, and Kelly mentioned that there was a Lifetime, I think it was Lifetime Fitness in her area that does offer things for kids and adults and has a pool. So multiple avenues that they compete with, but not on that kind of community impact, offering chronic disease programming and childcare and things like that. So more of the same.
Great. Thank you, Stacy. And last but not least, group number 4.
I don't think we identified a speaker. Do you guys want to go? Do you want me to go? Okay.
If you want to start us off, and then we can always jump
Okay.
in.
Sorry. So we had a long list too. We had like eight things. I'm looking at my screen now. Sorry. The 3 that remained after we marked some out were Boys and Girls Club, Girls Inc., and YWCA. However, I think we determined the same thing everybody else determined. They're very focused on kids, and YWCA is really focused on kids, women, and I think the YMCA is just focused on everything in the community, like families, that include all of those things. And so I think just as a whole, the YMCA does not have a clear competitor like everyone else kind of talked about. Did I miss anything? I kind of summarized it, guys. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much like a lot of the other organizations really focus on one general area. And so with with the Y and everything like that, we have multiple categories. When you talk about fitness, people say like Planet Fitness and stuff, and it's all workout stuff. But here at the Y, we do more than just that.
Awesome. Fantastic. Great. Thank you. Appreciate everybody sharing and spending some time reflecting on the Y's impact and who our true competitors are. So hopefully the organizations that you circled, and it sounded like everyone was able to get to this end result, but the ones that you circled should have been the ones that are the most like us as the Y. They are other nonprofits, they're charitable organizations that are focused in our community, and they're not just gyms or recreation centers. They are the ones that have kind of this deeper impact. So some of those possible answers that I think everyone pretty much shared was like the Boys and Girls Club, JCC, Red Cross, Salvation Army, etc., are definitely the ones that are parallel to the Y. But it was mentioned like Planet Fitness. They have a bunch of fitness equipment, and that's really great. So from a brick and mortar perspective, they are very similar to the Y, but they do not have the same community impact that the YMCA does. And so what you may have noticed is that when we focus on the Y's charitable mission and cause, we really identify our competitors differently. Our competitors are not gyms like Lifetime, Planet, Gold, etc. And to be honest, the word competitor is probably not even the right word as we collaborate with many of the other nonprofits that we talked about. So when we think about the JCC, if you have one in your community, hopefully you have a relationship with your JCC because you really are serving the same types of people and your mission is very similar to the JCC. Many of these other nonprofits are really there to meet the needs of the community. And so what we want to remember most is that the YMCA is a nonprofit community organization that relies on donations from individuals and corporations and community partners to provide programs and services for all. And I think that point was also mentioned that we are here for everyone. And while some of these other organizations are also there for community, a lot of times they're there for one specific subsection of the community, which is still really great. But within our mission statement, we are for all as the YMCA. And so every single person fits within our mission. The government also recognizes the benefits that the Y brings to the community. And so as a result, a lot of YMCAs do receive government funding. We are able to keep our 501c3 nonprofit status with the government. And so as in turn, really, we are recognized nationally, federally, for all of the amazing work that we do as a nonprofit organization. So what does that mean for us as YMCA employees? So we're responsible for helping people know and understand the Y's cause and the benefits that we bring to the community and the experiences that we create for them. Me and Tracy were having some tech issues, so we got to spend some time together because we couldn't get her into a breakout room. But we talked a little bit about this and how a lot of folks do not know that we are a nonprofit. There are many members and program participants that have no idea that we are a nonprofit. Sometimes they think that we're a for-profit business. Sometimes they think that we are a public government entity, which we are not. We are recognized by the government, but we are not a government entity. And so a lot of misconceptions are out there about the Y's cause and culture. But as YMCA employees, it really is our duty to be able to share what we do and what we're all about. So I have a short video to show you about the Y's cause. So let me share my screen again. All right, perfect. All right, so let's play this video. All right, awesome. So at the Y, obviously our cause and culture is core to what we do. We've been saying that, and our cause really is to strengthen the foundations of community. We are here for all. And at the Y, we do that in 3 different ways. we are for youth development, we are for healthy living, and we are for social responsibility. Youth development means that we nurture the potential of every child and every teen. Healthy living means that we improve the nation's health and well-being in a holistic point of view, so all types of health and wellness. And social responsibility means that we are giving back and providing support to our neighbors. All of our work at the Y should fall into one of these three areas of focus. And I often say this to new program directors. When we're creating these ideas for programs, when we're thinking of ways that we can activate our staff and provide resources to our community, anything that we do should fall into one of those three buckets. If it does not, then it is likely not something that we should be focusing our time on. And I also utilize that as a tactic when I'm working with staff on perhaps a conflict or a difficult situation. If we are focusing our energy and our time on something and it does not fit into one of those three buckets, probably doesn't deserve a lot of our time and attention. And so I encourage you, those of you who are managers or potential managers of folks, think about that as you're working with your teams. It's definitely a tactic and a way that you can really help redirect when we have some difficult situations. So if you look closely at all three of our areas of focus, you will see, in the way that I also presented it to you, is that you'll see the word for, F-O-R, precedes all of them. That's because as an organization, these are the three societal needs that we stand for. Our cause, sometimes referred to as our brand promise, helps to keep us focused as a movement. It's the heart and soul of the YMCA brand. It is everything that we are about. That's why you sometimes see the Y logo presented as the Y, and then those three areas of focus right next to it, or perhaps like on a flyer, you might see it on the other side of the page. So as I shared earlier, there are over 2,600 YMCA locations across the United States, and so it's important that we all have one common cause and that we talk about it in the same way. So we're going to do another activity. So we just talked about the Y's cause and how that unifies us as a YMCA movement, especially in our communications and in our program offerings. We should all try to be aligned. So we're going to talk about how the experiences that we create for our members, potential members, our community, program participants, etc., can be similar and support the Y brand. So to start, we're going to do a quick activity. We're going to introduce ourselves in a different way than we did at the beginning of our training here today. So at the beginning of our training, we said our name, our association, our title, and how long we've been at the Y. And a lot of times this is how we describe ourselves. We say, hi, my name is Eddie, I'm a district executive director. Or hi, my name is Bob, I'm an aquatics director. But what we're going to do differently here is we're going to introduce ourselves, and we're going to choose one of the 5 attributes that we see here on the screen. So welcoming, nurturing, determined, genuine, and hopeful. And we're going to describe ourselves utilizing one of those key attributes here. So for example, I might say, hi, my name is Eddie Welcoming. And that's because I love to include people in everything that we do. And I think it is so important to be that smiling face at the beginning of the day for anybody that walks through our doors. And so we'll take an opportunity to talk about one of these attributes that we identify with the most and reintroduce ourselves to our partners. So I'm going to create new breakout rooms and throw everyone in those. We're going to go into pairs.
Yes,
So-
it's cold.
All right, so there's 16 of us, so if I do 8 rooms, I will do 2. All right, rooms are opening. Nope, Vanessa and Katie are alone. Uh,
I don't know why this isn't working.
I know. I don't, maybe if you go back in, like come,
Exit
like,
and rejoin.
yeah, you could try.
Well, is somebody without a partner right now?
I think so. Let's see.
Let me exit and see what happens.
Yes, Vanessa should be coming back in here. You there, Vanessa?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, great. You and Tracy will be paired up here in this room.
Mine isn't working. I can't seem to get into a breakout.
Okay.
So I'll say I'm Tracy Hopeful. And I like using that attribute because I feel like because I deal with a lot of the financial assistance applications. I also meet a lot of people going through chronic disease prevention programs that we have here. And when I talk to them, I try to be hopeful that when they come to the Y, they'll find something here that resonates and helps to better their lives.
Okay. So mine would be Vanessa, welcoming. I love seeing everyone walk in the building and just being that, big smile when they walk in and they're happy, to be there. So it's really, brings joy to my heart.
Hi, I was originally by myself, and I guess I got put in with you guys. I was in a room by myself. Hi, Tracy. um, I'm Katie, and I choose welcoming because it builds trust, and communication is my entire job, and building trust with the community is extremely important.
Awesome. Thank you all for doing that. Gonna give everyone else like 30 more seconds and then we'll bring everybody back.
Hey, Eddie, I have a quick question. I know that we got this like
Yes.
pamphlet beforehand. Would
Yeah.
we be able to get a copy of your presentation? Because I feel
Yeah.
like there is some helpful tidbits on there that
For sure.
we
Yeah, I'm
can
gonna
share
send that
with our
out in
team. Okay,
yeah, I'll send it out in the
thank you.
post training email. All right, I'm gonna bring everyone back in. All right, welcome back, folks. Hopefully you all enjoyed figuring out your new last names. So the 5 words that we just highlighted are the 5 attributes of the Y brand, and they're the words that we use to present ourselves in communications and in person, but they're also the expectations that we have of every YMCA staff member from coast to coast to be able to create experiences for our members that are welcoming, nurturing, genuine, determined, and hopeful. So I just wanted to be able to provide a little bit of context as to what the Y movement defines these individual terms as. You all created your own understanding and your own identification, but this is what the Y has identified is the importance of these individual words. So, from the welcoming perspective, it means that we are open to all. We are a place where you can be, belong, and become. And for genuine, we value who you are and we encourage you to be true to yourself and others. For hopeful, we believe in you and your ability to be a catalyst for good in the world. Nurturing, we are with you on your journey to develop your full potential. And determined above all else, we are on a relentless quest to make our community stronger, and that always begins with you as the individual. So did you notice that each one of the brand attributes, just all of the descriptions, they all contain the word you? We're talking about the individual. It's because the Wise culture always begins with us, and every single employee, from part-time seasonal all the way up to CEO, every single person represents the Wise brand. And we are the ones that are responsible for culture. There is not one individual that is solely responsible for culture. Every single one of us is responsible. And when we show up with all these different attributes, that's how we truly create a positive culture here at the Y. So I have another quick video to share with you. All right. So what is your reaction to seeing this video? Do you view your role a little bit differently after viewing it? Did you have any reflections on what you do every single day and the impact that you have? I'll take a couple folks to just come off of mute and share.
At
I'll
first,
share.
at first, I was gonna say we definitely don't have fluffy towels. I kind of looked. I was like, not us. But the Y has been so many of that things for me, especially as a child. And that's why I've chose to continue to work here. So it was reassuring. It was sweet.
It's great.
I was just reflecting on every time we have a board meeting, we have one of our members come and give like a mission moment talk. And recently we had a member who came here after she buried her mother, and her daughter encouraged her to come here. And she came, and, I think it's like a year or two later, she's lost 80 pounds. She said that the Y has been a lifeline for her. She's here at least 3 to 4 times a week. She's very involved with our active older adults, and it's just like all the feels and all the things that you would want with a Y member to see how they've changed their life. So I feel like that video definitely resonated when I thought of this member.
That's awesome. Thank you. So by watching this video, we're really reminded that we do transformational work every single day. So sometimes when we're busy doing our jobs, and I think we can all find ourselves in this habit every once in a while, we really start to see things more as transactional tasks, and we miss seeing the deeper transformational work that we're doing. But it's important to remember that we are transforming lives every single day. And so we're going to do a quick activity back in our pairs again. And it's called the What I Really Do activity. And so we're going to spend a couple of minutes to think about our roles, but really redefine what we do on a transformational level. And so I'll give an example using a title. I don't think I have anyone in this training in this title, but um, I'll use an example as an early education director. So if I said, "Hi, my name is Eddie. I am an early education director, but what I really do is provide children with the foundations that they'll need to live a really successful life within our society," right? That
That's
is
me, and that's what I just wrote.
Oh my
I
gosh, Eddie,
wrote
I'm
the same
sorry.
thing.
I
No, it's fine.
apologize.
We're on the same page.
There you go, right? And so that's an example, right? That's what you really do every single day. But sometimes we think about it and we say, and I'll just continue to use your title, so sorry to give you these answers, but what you might say is, I'm an early education director, but I'm processing subsidy payments and I'm covering in classrooms. And when my chef calls out, I'm making the meals and all that stuff, right? And all those things are important, right? But that's not the transformational work, right? And so I want all of us to kind of think about our roles and really go back down to the roots and what do you really do to transform community and strengthen the lives of those that you serve every single day. So I'm going to throw you back into your rooms, give it a couple of minutes to brainstorm and think about that, and then we got a couple of folks to share their transformational statements and what you really do.
So I did homework and I read this before today, so
Good
I had
girl.
time to think about it. Um, so I'm marketing communications manager, but what I really do is share the stories and the programs and the impact that brings our Y mission to life.
Okay, so I kind of have two titles. One is the executive assistant for our CEO. So in that respect, I try to provide as much assistance so she can be like the spokesperson for our community, which in itself is transforming because she's kind of amazing. And then the other side of the coin is that I'm the fund development administrator. So broadly speaking, I receive all the applications and vet them for our committee to then determine financial assistance awards. And, just knowing the people that have come through the program and how it's impacted their lives, whether it's the kids that get to go to camp or get swimming lessons, or the senior citizens that are able to afford membership and be part of our active older community, active adults. It's, that itself is very transforming to see that seniors are not isolated and they're here. I mean, there are some that are here literally every day. So that in itself is very transforming.
Okay, I'll go. Yeah, so my title is Associate Director of Operations, but I run a couple different departments, membership, programs, same play. Um, I also do events at our branch. It's just really, and then I work a lot with the seniors. So I just really just love being hands-on. So that's why I also do a lot of direct service hours too, to make sure, that I'm constantly there, and seeing the members instead of being in an office. Because I really love being hands-on, with the members and really connecting, you know, and the different departments, you get to see all different age groups. It's very joy to my heart.
It's funny, Vanessa. When I was in the room just with Eddie, I had said, like, we're a standalone. We don't have any satellite branches, and we're all in this building, which, I know some of our neighboring Ys, they have like executive offices, they're not in the facility. And I think even though it can get very loud, we love being here to have that direct contact and interaction with our members to know what's going on. So I think we feel kind of fortunate that we're able to do that. So I see what you're saying. Seeing that impact.
Yes.
Yeah, to your point, Tracy, I mean, being right in the middle of the facility within the community, we have our childcare kids walking right past our office and our window and constantly waving and saying hi. So it it helps be, like, for me, the storyteller, because we're seeing the stories right before our eyes.
Vanessa, tell me again, where are you?
Nazareth, Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. So not too
I know
far.
exactly where you are.
Perfect.
I have family in Easton.
Oh,
So
perfect. Yeah, that's right down the road. Yeah.
yep.
Yeah, we're
That's
down
awesome.
78.
We're about an hour
Nice.
and 15 minutes from you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, my parents have a house in Easton, maybe 5 minutes from the Easton branch
Okay,
YMCA.
awesome. Yeah, that's part one. Easton's part of us. We just merged last year, and now our whole organization's called River Crossing YMCA.
Oh, okay.
And you're with Phillipsburg, right? Is Phillipsburg
Yeah,
within,
Easton,
within?
Easton, Phillipsburg. Yeah, yes. Yeah, we have 12 branches in total now.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really nice.
That's so foreign to us.
I know.
We're just one. Like, I was going to talk about how for Christmas we're supporting, I think, like 15 families, and I'm like, that's probably nothing compared to what all these other branches are doing.
I mean, that's how it is in New Jersey. We're like, there's very few associations with multiple branches. A lot of us
Right.
are single standalones.
Unless you got like the Shore or
The Shore and like Metro of the Oranges
and
is,
Musa.
yeah. So there's a couple, but not with 12.
No.
Yeah. We used to, before we merged, we were what 5? And when we merged, then yeah, 12.
So how does it work? Do you have like monthly meetings? Like who,
Yeah,
like
actually,
how does
that's
that work?
I have so many different meetings because I run numerous departments. So
Yeah.
like I have a youth one, membership, stay and play, programs, events. Yeah, it
It's a
takes a
lot.
lot of time. Because we all live so far away from each other, so we only get together like once a quarter.
Okay, D.
All right, welcome back, everybody. I'd love to hear some folks volunteer to reintroduce themselves with what they really do. So feel free to just come off of mute and reintroduce yourself.
I can go. All right. I'm Haley Phillips. I'm the HR coordinator, but what I really do is support the staff through their working journey, ensuring that they have any support and tools that they need, as well as helping them to feel heard and stay connected to our mission.
Awesome. Thank you, Haley.
I'll go ahead. My name is Christopher. I'm a manager at the front desk at Delaware YMCA. But what I really do is I'm a stepping stone for people's healthy living.
That's great. Thank you.
I'll go.
Thank you.
I'm Andy. I'm an early ed director. But I actually help set all of my children up for success in their future. I provide comfort to our families. I also provide resources and support to the families in our community, and I support my staff during this part of their career journey.
Great. Thanks, Andy. We'll take one more.
I'll go because I'm the only one here from marketing. So I'm a marketing communications manager, but what I really am is a storyteller, sharing the impact and the programs that our community needs and what pushes our mission and brings it to life.
Fantastic. Thank you. All right, great. So we're going to start wrapping up our time together today. But today's focus has been on the unique Y experience that we create for all of our members. We remember that we are welcoming, nurturing, genuine, hopeful, and determined every single day in everything that we do. And so, really the Y's cause is to strengthen the foundations of community, which is the promise that we've made to all of our constituents, whether that's our members, our program participants, just our community at large, our donors, our partners, etc. We have those 5 brand attributes. Again, those are welcoming, hopeful, determined, nurturing, and genuine. We are here for youth development, healthy living, and social responsibility. And these are all the ways in which we show up for our members and for each other. It's also important to remember that stories foster relationships. We had an opportunity today to talk a little bit about ourselves and our stories, what's brought us to the Y, what keeps us at the Y, what we do every single day, what we're really all about. And we're here to be able to really tell those stories and connect people to each other and to our cause. YMCA staff are always invited to identify and share stories of all the transformational work that we do. And last but not least, the Y is not a gym and swim, a health club, or a rec center. The Y is a nonprofit charity. We are a cause-driven organization, and we are committed to strengthening our community. And so before we end our time together, I wanted to share one more slide with you. And I would love for folks to just call out and let me know what word that you see here on the screen do you identify with the most within your YMCA journey? Which one speaks to you? Or if you don't see it on the screen, feel free to share another one that you're thinking of. You can just come off of mute and share whenever you find one.
Passionate.
Spirited.
Versatile.
Welcoming.
Determined.
Genuine.
Loyal.
Friendly.
Awesome. Thank you. I loved the one somebody said loyal, I think, and I'm feeling that same way too. I love the Y. I love what we do. I think that we are in the most special organization out there because we have so much opportunity and things that we can do to help strengthen our community that folks out there do not have within their jobs, wherever that job may be. I think our jobs really are so special. And so I am forever grateful to be part of the Y and excited for all of the years still to come within the Y. So I wanted to thank you all for your time today. I know everyone is busy and everyone has things that they are doing that mean a lot to the people within your lives and within your community. So please pass along my gratitude to them because I stole you away for a little bit of time today. But keep doing all of the amazing work that you're doing, whether you've been at the Y for many, many years or if this is the beginning of your journey. I hope you continue to be with us for a long time. Just a couple of housekeeping items. There will be a post-training email that will go out where I will include this presentation as an attachment if you'd like to refer back to it or any of the facts that are in there. I'll also resend the participant guide as well if you wanted to refer back to some of the activities that we did. And then in addition to that, I will go ahead and close out the class in LCDC. If you attended, you'll be able to get that credit. This does count towards your leader certification, which is that first certification level. So if you're working towards that, this will certainly count. And then also just a shameless plug for needing trainers across the Y movement. If this was a training that you felt like you could replicate or do with your teams or folks that are nearby in your area, or even virtually like this one from folks all across the country, this training is actually a really easy gateway to get into the training platform across the Y movement. I'm a trainer in a few different areas, but this was kind of the first one that I've started with, a few years back. And this is actually a pretty easy one to do. You just have to take the course and then do a quick little e-learning, and then you'll be able to facilitate this and train this to other folks. So always encouraging people to kind of share the wealth and share the knowledge. So just wanted to thank you all for, again, sharing your time. And I'm always willing to be a resource to anyone. So if you wanted to keep in touch, feel free to reach out at any time and I'll be happy to support. But thank you for all that you do, and have a great, wonderful rest of your day, your week, and holiday season.
Thanks, Eddie.
Thank
Take
you.
care,
Thanks,
folks.
everybody. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you,
Thank
Eddie.
you.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a great Christmas.
Yes, you too.